This is going to be my mommy update of all the things I didn't expect with having a newborn. She's 3 months old on Sunday, and as much as I knew about kids, and I knew a lot, professionally speaking, I've worked with kids for, oh my gosh, like 13 years. That's crazy that I can be allowed to have worked 13 years. That makes me old. Anyway, I've worked with them in many educational capacities. Like, I've worked with elementary school kids. I taught a science program. I have worked at preschool ages. I've been a nanny for infants. I've worked with kids from every age, from about, I don't know, like 4 months old to 16, 17 years of age. So I know kids. They're my thing, right? Anyway, now that I'm a mom, I knew there were some things that I'd be walking into that I couldn't prepare for, like breastfeeding, or the fact that I don't get to hand them back to someone else at the end of the day. And I thought about all that stuff while I was pregnant, and I was pretty scared. I'm totally like a prepare for the worst kind of chick. So I thought, okay, I will have a jaundicey, colicky, acid refluxy, won't sleep for anything, screaming little waffle pot. What's a waffle pot? Things pop out of my mouth all the time and I can't take them back. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I really prepared for that. I had my mind set on it. I remember thinking about my nannying days and how, I was 17 years old, but I had 12 hours a day with the same little boy, and he was, a very only child little boy. So there was very specific things that his parents wanted all day long, and I followed those things. But at the end of the day, I was watching that clock, and I thought, how can I ever have children of my own? How can I do it? I mean, I want to hand this person back at the end of the day and be able to like let my shoulders drop and take a breath and know that it's just me that I have to worry about now. So while I was pregnant, I thought about those thoughts that I had had as my 17-year-old nannying self, and I thought, well, maybe, trying to put a little positive spin on it, I thought maybe I'll take up exercise. Maybe it'll finally be something I actually like to do, because it'll be some alone time for myself, and everybody around me will encourage it. They'll be like, yes, I'll take the baby while you go get yourself in shape, because everybody, they want you to do that. So I pictured myself running a lot. And anyway, I'm going to end up in tangents, I can tell. It's kind of what I do, and I wish I didn't. Sorry. But I have a bunch of those type of things. That's what this video is about. The things that I thought about while I was pregnant, prepared myself for, and how of course that's not what it is at all, because whatever you prepare for, that's not what you get. So that's the trick. Prepare for the absolute worst. Just do it. I mean, like, you really have to feel like this is what's coming my way, because then no matter what you get, it's better than that. That's what I tried to do. Maybe that's just silly, but it works for me. It actually worked. Anyway, I thought of a bunch of things when I was in the shower today. Why do I always have to admit that part? I always give that some unneeded information. I thought of things while I was in the shower today. I think it's because the shower is like white walls and there's no visual distractions, so I always think of my best ideas while I'm in there. I really have thought about, honestly, getting like a dry erase marker to write it on the inside of the walls so that I can remember things, because as soon as I get out and the visual distractions and colors and people are around, I forget everything again. But I thought of a lot of the ideas of, wow, I didn't expect that. Now that I'm a mother, 3 months in, I see how it's different. So that's what this is all about. Haha, that was the longest intro ever. So one is I thought I'd have the colicky, crazy waffle pot, apparently. And I don't. She's a great baby. And if I could ensure that all my children would be like her, I would have 7, at least. She basically sleeps through the night. I mean, she does wake up to nurse, but she doesn't even open her eyes. She just dream feeds, like people call it. And she'll make a little squawk to let me know that she's awake. She doesn't cry. She fusses a little bit, like, and then she'll go, gah! And I pick her up, she nurses, right back to sleep. When I want to put her down at night, I would say 80% of the time, she just closes her eyes and goes to sleep. I never have ever seen a kid do that. I've also never seen a kid who likes having their diaper changed, but my kid does. She smiles and laughs. It's like her little happy moment. It's because I think the distance she is between our faces. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. More stuff about her when I do her 3-month update. We're talking about me. So I didn't expect how fast most of my belly would go away. I've never had a perfect figure, and I've always had like a little round little tum there. And so it's just sort of back to that. I didn't think it would go away that fast. In fact, it kind of sucks because it went away like within a week, I was skinnier than I was before I got pregnant. I was like, hell yeah. And everybody's like, oh, it'll just continue as long as you're breastfeeding. It'll just keep going down and the calories will twitter away. But once again, I expected that once everybody told me that's what was going to happen. So it didn't. I've since gained 6 pounds since in the past 3 months. So I'm back up above my pre-pregnancy weight and I'm not as skinny. Like my tummy went sucked in and then it went, never mind, back out. So, oh well, that's all right. I don't mind. I am retaining it here though. I gained my baby weight mostly here. If you look at my pictures on Facebook, yes, I agree with you all. I did just gain belly. I did look great. For a pregnant woman, I expected to have, you know, wide hips, my butt go all kinds of directions. I expected a lot. And it didn't. It just went to my tummy and my arms got thinner and here got thinner. And then she came out and all of a sudden it was like plump and wonk. So what are you gonna do? But I liked being pregnant. It was good for me. It was a good diet. And the whole breastfeeding equals burning lots more calories. Maybe I am, but I'm sure not seeing it. However, my appetite has come back. I didn't have an appetite the entire time I was pregnant. Now I'm like, give me that turkey. No, you may not have a bite. I need the entire turkey to me. It's my special time with my food. So that's different, you know. People say, oh, this is going to happen with your body, oh, that's going to happen with your body. And whatever anybody tells you is going to happen is not what's going to happen. Same way if you're pregnant. People are like, oh, you're nauseous? Just try saltines, ginger ale, whatever. You know, like they have their list of things. It's pretty much guaranteed that if they tell you to try those things, they're the ones that won't work for you. That's how I seem to see it anyway. I sounded like Sam there. What else do we have for me? I don't want to give her up at the end of the day. I heard this from other moms, but I'm not so much of a, I'm really not the super smooshy type. I'm more like, okay, we gotta get it done, we gotta get it done. Love you, love you, love you. You know, like, I really do. I'll cuddle your faces, but there's a time for that, and right now we have to get these things done. I don't say love you, love you, love you at point. I don't know what that was about. I'm sorry. I'm doing the thing where I'm talking too fast again, too. I just have so much I want to say. So when Ryan takes her, even if he's just taking her for 10 minutes, I feel that longing of, I just want to be in there with her. You know, like, even if I want them to have their daddy and daughter time, it's so weird. It's definitely that maternal mom thing. It just pops in. I had that really instinctual mama bear protectiveness right at the beginning because she was injured when she was born and we had all that trauma. But I think from there, that sort of like locked in, and then all the other mommy things piled on top of it, and I just love spending time with her. She's hilarious. The little girl tells jokes. She tells baby jokes. She's so fun, and she's a cuddle bug. I mean, I love that. I love that she like wants to take on the world every second, and then you pick her up and she just melts into your shoulder. Oh, gosh, squish her. I love her so much. So I don't want to give her up. So there goes jogging. Not going to be doing that. What else? What else? Yeah, I think most of the other things, there's a lot more that surprised me about new motherhood, but a lot of them pertain to her and the way she is, and me thinking that I knew a lot about children. I didn't realize, you know, those first 3 months, which I was never really around a newborn, are so full of everything. Like, there's tons to learn about a child in those first 3 months. I think before I was a mother, I thought, well, from newborn to 3 months, they're very needy as far as crying, pooping, sleeping, but that's about it. They don't start rolling over or doing anything until really after that, so I didn't feel like there was a lot you needed to know. And oh my gosh, there are so many things I've learned, so I'll talk about that when she's awake and she can be a part of it with me. So, anything else that I want to say? Breastfeeding's still going really, really great for us. I might put this in the other one if I run long. I'll just cut it off. But breastfeeding is going fantastic. Once again, I had battle gear. I had the shields, the gel pads, the creams. I had all the information for possibly getting a hospital grade pump and having a hand pump, and oh my gosh, heat packs. Oh, these. Can I show you these? I'm gonna have to feel around for them. I'll just keep talking while they've got to be in here, aren't they? A friend, one of the moms from the preschool that I teach at, made me, here they are, 2 of these. They are little socks with rice in them that you can heat up, and she made 2 of them, you can guess why, to be able to heat up and put on some aching, you know, tatas. So anyways, I did use those like once or twice, but I think I want her to make them and sell them and call them hot knockers. Pretend I have the other one here. I can't find the other one. But I love those things. They were great. I had all the battle gear, and breastfeeding has had not a problem. I watched YouTube videos on how to unblock a duct before I had the baby. We watched how to hand express. Ryan was in on it too. We watched everything together so that we could like take charge together. And for the first week, I did struggle, and he helped me actually. Ryan, our lactation coach, had said, husbands, remember these tips because the wives are not going to remember. And that was exactly what happened. I'd go, I don't know what to do. And he'd go, remember this. And we'd be fine. So pretty soon, she was always a pro at it. I'm good at it now too. We're good. We're set. I can, you know, basically be asleep too. We wake up, feed her, both of us half asleep, go right back to sleep afterwards. Which is great because I'm an insomniac, and I really thought the baby's going to wake me up in the middle of the night and that'll be it. I'll be up for hours. Just hasn't happened. So anyway, I guess the rest is to save for Scarlett. If I think of something else, I might pop in at the end of this. So if my little time bar at the bottom still has a lot left to go, then that means I thought of something else. But if it's the end, then I did think of something else. And some of you may have realized I'm only wearing one earring the entire video. In fact, I will swap it to the other ear to even it out. Remember how I said Scarlett likes to collapse her little head into my shoulder? Well, that often means collapsing it into the side of my head, and I just didn't want my earring to hurt her, so when I was holding her earlier, I took one off and forgot to put it back on. That's a mom thing. I'm such a mom. Anyway, the other thing is my hip. My hip was, I don't want to say dislocated, but the actual meaning of that word, like taken out of its location a little bit, is still that way from my delivery. And I don't have any pain from the epidural site, but the epidural did go all into that one leg for several hours before it worked for any of the rest of me. If you watch my labor and delivery videos, you already know this. But it's still not totally working back to its original shape. I am not in any pain, but when I try and do something like run, I look like a horse that's gone lame and should be put down. My poor little leg does not function properly yet, so I might need to see a chiropractor about that in the future, but it's not causing any pain, and for the most part I'm fine. So that's the only thing I have left. Besides that, I feel totally normal. I feel like I did before I ever had a baby. It's weird to me that I even had one. When I think about it, I'm like, that happened to me? Like I went through that? Crazy. Okay, bye. Oh, and I have to say, like a really jumping up and down excited wave to Sprinkle of Glitter, because she's just, I love her. She's so fun. I stayed up watching her video of her adventures with her friend Sherry last night, and I was laughing so hard, like silently laughing, that the bed was shaking, and it woke up my husband. He thought I was crying. He like put his hand on my arm and he was like, are you okay? And a hi to Christina, Subfertile, Subfertile Frugalista? Why can't I remember that? Because I am wearing the blue that you said I should wear every day for the rest of my life, and a cardigan, so it totally reminds me of you.